This is Ken Coleman speaking. We present for you another game from the Miley Collection. We hope that you enjoy.
Hi, everybody. Tiger baseball at Tiger Stadium on a bright, sunshiny Saturday. And there has just been announced a change in the pitching for the Tigers. As you probably know, Mark Fidrich was scheduled to be the starting pitcher for the Tigers. But now Mark has been scratched at the last moment by manager Ralph Houk. And Jack Morris will be making his 1978 debut as a Tiger pitcher. We have just getting the announcement right now. We got it a few minutes ago from the usher downstairs, George Servich. And now it's being announced in the press box that a tightness in the shoulder is preventing the starting assignment for Mark Fidrich. Well, that's not good news for the Tigers, but it is true news that Jack Morris will be the starting pitcher against Doyle Alexander. Paul Carey's here. My name's Ernie Harwell. We're looking forward to the action here on Saturday afternoon. Umpires are meeting now with manager Billy Hunter of Texas, manager Ralph Houk of the Tigers. Let's tune in on Paul Carey.
All right, Ernie, thank you. And good afternoon, everyone. It's a beautiful day after all of the rain that the Tigers and the Texas Rangers have seen this week. It's been a lost week. And this may be a lost Saturday, too, as far as the Tiger hopes are concerned. I don't want to appear too negative, but as Ernie pointed out just moments ago, we have received word that Mark Fidrich suffered tightness in the shoulder as he started to loosen up for today's ball game. It did not go away, would not leave, and it was determined that Mark could not pitch today. So Jack Morris, who had been called up from Florida, had not been with the Evansville Ball Club at the beginning of the American Association season at all. Jack had joined the ball club to start the game on Wednesday night in Cleveland, but had that start postponed because of rain in Cleveland, is going to get the start here against the Texas Rangers this afternoon. Could mean that we'll have a little delay in starting this game, inasmuch as Morris has not been throwing that long down in the bullpen. Morris, too, of course, has been suffering this spring from some tightness in the shoulder. It set him back. It was the reason why he did not join the ball club for the trip north, the reason why he was left behind to get some further pitching in down in the warm weather of Florida. Jack was set back a little bit down there, too, when he wound up with some food poisoning and had to miss a turn in a preseason game with the Evansville Ball Club. So Jack, however, is going to get a belated start here today, a surprise to him and to everybody in the ballpark who had expected to see Mark Fidrich do the pitching today. But Mark, with tightness in the shoulder, the same thing that caused him to leave the ball game last Monday here against the White Sox, is out of the game, back in the clubhouse, and it's hoped that, of course, the tendonitis that he suffered last year is not the cause of this tightness, and that he'll be able to come back and resume his spot on the Tiger rotation. So it'll be the right-hander, Morris, on the mound for the Tigers, against the right-hander Doyle Alexander of the Rangers. Alexander 1-2 against the Tigers last year, but prior to that had excellent success against Detroit batters. Let's check those starting lineups. For the Texas Rangers against Morris, leading off, playing at first base, will be Mike Hargrove. Batting second, the shortstop, Bert Campaneris. Hitting third, in left field, Al Oliver. Batting fourth, the designated batter for the Rangers, Reggie Zisk. Hitting fifth, in right field, Claudel Washington. Batting sixth, third baseman, Toby Hera. Hitting seventh in center field, Juan Beniquez. Batting eighth, the second baseman, Bump Wills. And batting ninth, doing the catching, Jim Sundberg. Tigers have taken their defensive positions. It'll be Ron LaFleur leading off, playing center, followed by Lou Whitaker at second, Rusty Staub the DH, Jason Thompson at first, Steve Kemp in left, Tim Corcoran at right, Milt May catching, Milt Mankowski at third, and Alan Trammell at short. Join us now for our national anthem, sung by Greg Martin of Wyoming, Michigan. Wyoming, Michigan, Greg Martin, and our national anthem. The umpires today have Dave Phillips behind the plate, Larry McCoy at first, Steve Palermo at second, Don Denkinger at third. Morris, 22 years old, out of St. Paul, Minnesota, 1-1 with the Tigers last year in 6 starts. He appeared in 7 games before having shoulder problems that cost him the rest of the season from early September on. Ready to go here as the Tigers, after 4 rain-forced delays, 4 rain days off, are back in action once again. And here, back in action with the microphone, Ernie Harwell.
Thanks, Paul. Here we go. Hargrove batting, and the first pitch is low and in close, ball 1. Mike Hargrove, the leadoff man, first baseman, batting .233. 1 home run, 3 RBIs for Mike. Spreads out at the plate, bend of the knees, and takes a fastball outside from Morris. Morris has a pitching technique very similar to that of the Bird, Mark Fidrich. He throws the ball hard. He tries to get it over and keep it down. And he works fairly quickly. Here's the motion of the pitch. It is outside, a ball 3. 3-0 on the leadoff man, Hargrove. He'll be followed by Campaneris. And then it'll be Al Oliver at bat. Wind up by the right-hander. The pitch is on the way. He took it for a ball. Ball 4. The leadoff man, Hargrove, draws a walk, and here comes Campaneris. With 2 hits and 30 chips, that's the batting mark of .067. Both his hits have been singles. Campy at Olympia last night watching a first hockey game of his career. Mankowski in a little bit tight at third base, looking for the bunt possibility. Thompson will hold at first with a leadoff man, Hargrove, who's walked. Here's the set. Hargrove edges off, doesn't go. The pitch is into close, ball 1. Morris has thrown 5 pitches, and all have been out of the strike zone. Right-handed to the set position. And delivers. Campy takes the high one, ball 2, 2-0, the count on him. The Tigers have met Texas twice, both games down in Texas, and the Tigers won each one of those 2. Texas started the season off very well. They won 2 out of 3 from the Yankees, and since then they've been going downhill. Now the 2-0 delivery by Jack Morris, and it is a ball in too close, ball 3. Here comes Ralph Haupt trotting from the dugout toward the mound. He wants to calm his young right-hander down a bit. Milt May goes out to meet with the 2 of them. Texas, with a record of 2-7, they've lost 3 to Boston without a victory. They've lost 2 to the Tigers without a victory. And their 2 wins came over the Yankees and the 1 loss to the Yanks. They've not met anybody in the Western Division. 3-0, the count on Campaneris. The game has just started. Morris, a last-minute substitute for the Bird Fidrich, who came up with an ailing shoulder. There's a strike. He got a fastball over. 3-1 on Campaneris. First outing for Jack Morris this year. Now the set by Jack. The pitch. Campaneris takes the ball. He walked him. And 2 walks have set up a scoring chance for Texas. Al Oliver, their left-hand batting left fielder, stepping in. Oliver hitting .270. That's 10 for 37. He has the most hits on the Texas team with the exception of Richie Zipp. One-time Pittsburgher. Left-hand batting Al Oliver at the plate. The outfield is straight up. No score first inning. 2 walks have set up a scoring chance for the Rangers. Here's a slow curve. It's low. Ball 1. Tigers have won their last 3 games. But for the last 4 days, they've been rained out. Now the set and the pitch. He takes the strike. Letter high fastball, 1-1. We're getting the announcement that Mark Fidrich will stay around the clubhouse after the game for interviews. Here's the set, the pitch. Swing, fly ball at the short right. Corcoran is under it, finding trouble with the sun, and he can't get it. He lost it in that tough sky, and the bases are loaded. Corky fighting the sky. There are no clouds up there to put the ball up against, and he lost the ball in the sun. So everybody's safe. The bases are loaded. It will be a single for Oliver, thanks to the sunshine that the Tigers have missed for so long.
Heck yeah.
They got him in trouble early.
How ironic.
Bases are loaded, and the heaviest hitter on the Texas team coming up, Richie Zisk. Zisk batting .333, has 3 home runs, 8 RBIs. He's been the big gun for Texas. The Tigers will play their infield in double play depth on Richie. My field is straight up and deep. 3 men on, nobody down for the Rangers. 2 walks and a single. There's a strike call. Fastball over. So Morris in a hole now. Jim Crawford starts to heat up in the Tiger bullpen. Set by Morris, the pitch. Zisk takes the ball low. It was a breaking pitch. 1-1 the count on Richie. Oliver at first, Campaneris at second, Hargrove at third. Nobody down. First inning, no score. Morris, the last minute sub for Mark Fidrich on the mound. He delivers. Here's a fly ball at the center field. LaFleur comes in. He's there. He gloves it. Here's the tag at third. And Hargrove coming home. Here's a throw to third. And out at third base is Campaneris. It's a double play and a run scored. A sacrifice fly, double play, the run scores, and Texas leads 1-0. They're 2 out and 1 on. Campaneris took a late break, and he didn't really have a chance. The play went LaFleur to Chamble to Mankowski, center fielder to the shortstop for the third baseman for the DP. Here's Claudell Washington at the plate. Claudell hitting .278. No home runs, a couple of RBIs. Left-hand batting outfielder. There's a throw to third. The Tigers are claiming that the man who scored, Hargrove, left the bag too early. Set by Morris, and Washington takes a low fastball, ball 1. Well, it's been a crazy inning so far. A couple of walks. A fly ball lost in the sun for a single. A sacrifice fly that the Tigers turned into a double play. 1-0 Texas in the first. There's a strike called. Mr. Phillips said so. Morris got his fastball in the inside corner. Here's the stretch by Morris, and the pitch is swung on and missed. Changed up a little bit on his breaking stuff, and Washington was out in front, 1-2. 1-0 Texas, first inning. Thompson holding on the bag at first with Oliver. Claudell chops a foul over toward the Tiger dugout. Little grounder. Crawford continuing to throw in the Tiger bullpen. White Sox lead Toronto 1-0 at the end of 2, and Toronto's pulled off a triple play. 1 in each league so far now in the young season. Runner goes, the ball is hit down toward third. A squibber knocked down by Mankowski, throw to first. He's in time. He got it in the side retired. Good recovery by Mankowski at third. And Morris got out of deep trouble with the Rangers scoring only 1. 1 run on 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 man left. And at the end of the half inning, Texas 1, Detroit coming to bat.
Carlos Zarte is a heavy favorite to retain the World Boxing Council's version of the bantamweight title when he meets lightly regarded Andres Puppy Hernandez in San Juan Saturday night. Zarte is unbeaten in 51 bouts, including 50 knockouts. Hernandez, on the other hand, has a record of 28 wins, 3 losses, and 2 draws in 33 bouts as a professional. Earl Anthony is just one game away from his 30th title on the Pro Bowlers Tour. The 39-year-old left-hander holds the top qualifying spot in Saturday's five-man finals of the $150,000 Tournament of Champions in Akron, Ohio. Nelson Burton Jr. in the second qualifying spot followed Tata Semez of New Jersey and veterans Mark Roth and Wayne Zahn. Zahn will meet Roth in the first of the day's matchups. Then the winner takes on Semez to determine Burton's opponent in the semifinal game. And the winner of that match will take on Anthony for the championship. Right now, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the American Forces Radio and Television Service.
SCN Radio in the Canal Zone.
Well, we just wonder if the famous Sports Illustrated jinx is at work again. The Sports Illustrated of this week features on the cover Mark Fidrich. And Mark had to be scratched today as he was a scheduled pitcher but came up with tightness in the shoulder. And in his place, Jack Morris got the starting nod from manager Ralph Houck, and Texas came in to score one run in the opening inning. Larry Keith has a piece in Sports Illustrated entitled Roar, No, the Tigers Go Tweety. And the cover features a photo of Mark Fidrich. Incidentally, Jason Thompson and Steve Kemp were on the cover of the latest edition of the Sporting News. And that cover story was written by Jim Hawkins of the Free Press. Mr. Doyle Alexander taking his tune-up tosses. Doyle is 0-1. This is his second start of the road trip and the third start that he's made this year. He made 3 starts against the Tigers last year and won 1 and lost 2. 1-0 Rangers lead. Here's Ron LaFleur to try to get it going for the Tigers. Ron up among the leaders in the league, batting at even .400, 16 for 40. And the right-hander Alexander rocks into motion. The pitch is over for a strike call. Very tough sky today. It gave Corcoran a lot of trouble. There are no clouds at all at the moment. There's a strike call, strike 2. The outfielders dislike this type of sky. Doesn't offer very good background for the fly balls. Here's the motion. Well, talking about the Rangers' record of 6 straight defeats, also they have not yet, in the 78th season, won a game on the road. Spent a lot of time here around Detroit in the Plaza Hotel. Some of the players telling us they didn't even get out of the hotel for about 3 or 4 days. They've been here since Tuesday. They've not played a game since Monday, which is the same record that the Tigers have, although you remember they tried to get that one going Tuesday, and it was abbreviated. Did not become a complete game. Jack Morris, who was touched for 1 run by the Rangers in the opening inning, goes to work against them now in the second, 1-0 Texas. And Jack will start off against Toby Harrah, the right-hand hitting infielder of Texas, who takes the strike call. Harrah hitting .226, no home runs and 1 RBI. Outfield straightaway. The breeze is coming out of the south now, blowing toward left field. Here's the ball low. 1-1, they count on Toby Harrah. May down, give the sign to right-hander Jack Morris, young man from St. Paul, Minnesota. And the pitch is a ball low, curveball that just missed the mark. Tigers have won 6 of their last 7. Here's the pitch. He takes it low and away. 3-1. Once again, the plate begins to move around a little bit on Jack Morris. Texas 1, Tigers nothing. Benitez is on deck. Here's the 3-1 delivery. And Harrah hits a drive to left center. It'll be up the alley. LaFleur goes over and can't get it. It's off his glove to the wall. Going for second is Harrah. He holds there at second base. LaFleur's speed almost enabled him to catch up with that ball, but he got his glove on it and couldn't hang on. It'll be a double.
He did well to get there, to even get the glove on the ball at all.
That is the second hit for Texas. And Juan Benitez will be the batter. Very talented center fielder, a right-hand hitter. Benitez hitting 192. That's 5 for 26. All 5 hits have been singles. He has a couple of runs batted in. Once again, the Rangers are threatening. They scored in the opening inning. They lead 1-0 in the second. Here's a fastball low, ball 1. Toronto now leading Chicago 2-1 at the end of 3. Cleveland leads Boston at the end of 1, 5-0. Boston has a win streak on the line today. Here's the set, the pitch. It is a bunt attempt missed by Benitez. 1-1. In the National League, the Cardinals and the Pirates have scored at the end of 1. Now the Phillies lead Montreal 1-0 at the end of 4. Several night games in the major leagues and some of the afternoon games not yet underway. 1-0 here, Texas leading Detroit. Here's the set. And Morris delivers. Here's a foul back to the screen. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Big open house out at Lawrence Institute of Technology today. They'll have a lot of special student exhibits and demonstrations. That's today and tomorrow from 10 in the morning until 6:30. Here's the set now, the pitch on the way, swing and a foul back at the plate. He saw a slow curve that he liked, but he didn't get the good wood on it. Mr. Phillips out to dust off the plate. Juan Benitez steps away from it for a moment. Mop Wills is waiting on deck for Texas. Now the set and the 1-2 pitch coming up. Here it is. He swings on the bounding ball on the right side of the infield. Whitaker has it. Throw to Thompson for the out at first, and on to third goes Hara. Benitez hitting the ball on the right side of the infield on the ground, gets his teammate Howard at third with 1 away. That'll bring up the switch batting infielder Bump Wills, playing second base for Billy Hunter's team. He'll be up left-handed. He's hitting .241, hitting a lot better left-handed than right-handed. 286 left and 125 right. Infield is up toward the grass on the third base side of the infield and back on the other side. Now Morris delivers and Bump takes the strike. Outside corner, fastball. Group of student writers and editors from Central Michigan Life, that's Central Michigan Student Newspaper, are here today to watch the action. There's the ball in the dirt. Good scoop by May. You used to work on that, I bet, didn't you?
I did, 1 year.
Were you the boss there?
Oh, no, I was no boss.
Just a star columnist.
Oh, no, we contributed for journalism class. That was the story.
Wills waiting now on a 1-1 delivery, and Morris to the set position. The pitch is high for ball, 2-1. Jack Reddy pitches again. There's a high fly ball to left field. It's not very deep. Kemp is coming in now, backed up a little bit. He's there. He has it. Here's the tag at third. Headed home is Hara, and he will make it fairly easily. As the throw came in about the mound, was cut off here by Mankowski, relayed to May, but not in time to get Kobe, who had tagged and scored the Texas second run. 2-0 Rangers. There are 2 out, and Sundberg will be the batter. Right-hand hitting catcher, 143 average for Jim Sundberg. Well, the Rangers have scored both their runs on sacrifice flies. Morris into action, and the right-hand batter takes the fastball high. Here's the motion and the pitch. He looks at the strike call, the 1-1 on Sundberg. 2-0, Rangers ahead of the Tigers. There's a strike, a curve across. Morris keeping that one down about the height of the knees. Minnesota, California had started in the Twin Cities. That one is scoreless at the end of one inning. 2-0 here, Texas. There's a ball wide, and they count 2-2. Outfield is straight up, not very deep on Jim Sundberg. Became a lot better hitter last year. Hargrove waits on deck. Morris winds, pitches, swing, and a miss. He fooled him on a changeup. That is the first strikeout for Jack Morris. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left at the end of 1.5 innings. It's Texas 2, Detroit nothing. We'd like to send a special Tiger salute to Mrs. Alberta Schiffler of Pulaski, Ohio, longtime Tiger fan. She celebrated her 93rd birthday. During the wintertime, she's been a faithful Tiger fan since 1908 when she saw him play the Chicago White Sox in Chicago. And we appreciate her loyalty. We'd like to send get well greetings to Mrs. Jean Dobronsky of Dearborn, is in the hospital, and to Ken Phelps of Okemos, Michigan, who's in the hospital in Lansing. We hope they're both up and at 'em real soon. Well, here's Jason Thompson who's trying to get it going now for the Tigers. They trail 2-0, Texas scoring a run in each of the first 2 innings of Jack Morris, and Doyle Alexander, who yielded a hit in the opening inning, but got into no trouble, will be facing Jason Thompson. Thompson hitting .270 with a couple of home runs and 6 RBI. Left-handed batter in the outfield around the right on Jason. And Rooftop takes the curve in for a strike call. Blue skies and sunshine. Something we've not seen very much of in the last week. Here's a strike on the outside corner. That was a fastball. In his career against the Tigers, Alexander has won 12 and dropped 5. Big right-hander leaning, and now Thompson was out of the batter's box. He resets himself in it. Waits on the strike 2 pitch, swings and pops it up. Should be caught in the infield. Wills is calling for it, waving everybody off. Has it for the out. Thompson pops the bump Wills. Here is Steve Kemp coming to the plate. Kemp hitting .419. He is appearing in his 10th game. He's up among the leaders. 1 home run and 6 RBIs for Steve. Outfield again will stay deep and around the right. Tigers trail 2-0. Kemp still not ready. He's scraping around with his spikes down there. Leans in with a black bat waving across the plate and takes the curve low, ball 1. Milwaukee leading the Yankees at the end of 1 in New York, 1-0. Yankees are off to a rather sluggish start. There's a ball low. 2-0 the count on Steve. Well, the Tiger hit a single up the middle by Whitaker. In the first inning, he was erased trying to steal. Well, the Tigers have set the regulation number of the plate so far. There's a strike and above the knees, the fastball. Good pitch by Alexander. Alexander got his start in the Dodgers system. Then the Baltimore, then the Yankees, and from there to Texas. Here's a ball low. Basically, Alexander is a sinker-slider pitcher. He's experimented from time to time with a knuckler. I don't think he uses it much. Here's a fly ball to left field. Not very deep. Oliver backs up. He's waiting. He's got it, and there are 2 down. Oliver was playing very shallow on the left-handed batter and got back and made the catch about 5 or 6 yards in front of the warning track. Here's Tim Corcoran, who had trouble with that fly ball in the sun. Dropped in for a single for the Rangers in the opening inning and helped them score their first run. Alexander on the mound, the tall right-hander pitches, and Tim takes the strike call. Corky with a batting mark of 188. He has not really got started yet at the plate. No extra base hits yet. There's a ball outside. Ralph Houck has tremendous confidence in this young man, though. He knows that basically he's a good hitter. Here's the 1-1 delivery to Corky, and it is in too close to around the knees. 2-1 the count on him. And Mr. Carey has just donned his overcoat. So we're not in the sunshine up here. It's a little bit different. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Strike call, fastball over. He seemed to be taking that one all the way. 2-2. Here's the motion by Alexander. The pitch on the way in too close, and it is a full count. This is the first full count the Tiger batters have seen. 2-0 Texas. They're leading the Tigers in the second. Now the motion and the pitch on the way. He swings a little fly ball at the center. Beniquez is there, and he one-hands it for the out. Well, the side retired with nothing across, and the Tigers second at the end of 2. Texas 2, Detroit nothing.
Veteran Gaylord Perry, who struck out 5 batters Friday night to move into third place on the all-time strikeout list, cracked 3 hits, including 2 run-scoring doubles, as the San Diego Padres rapped out 18 hits to defeat the Atlanta Braves 9-3. That win was the first in the National League for the 39-year-old right-hander, who was obtained by the Padres in a swap this January. Perry now has 2,860 strikeouts in his 17-year career, to rank behind Walter Johnson, who has 3,508, and Bob Gibson with 3,057. The win was his first decision this season and the 247th in his career. Perry, who scored 2 runs, drove in rookie Chuck Baker with a double high off the left field wall to put San Diego ahead 3-2. That finished starter and loser Jamie Easterly, who's 1-1, and Rick Camp took over. The reliever was greeted by a double by Bill Allman, which drove in Perry to make it 4-2.
Well, Paul and I just talking about Jim Hegan, the Tiger coach, a favorite wherever we go. People want to know how's Jim doing, and the latest word is what, Paul, that he's out of intensive care?
Yes, Dick Trzaskowski, the Tiger coach, told me that he was to leave intensive care today and take a spot in a private room at Ford Hospital.
Well, we want to tell Jim that everybody's asking about him, and all our thoughts and prayers are with him. Hargrove will lead it off now against Jack Morris. We're going to the third inning, 2-0 Texas. Opening game of the 3-game series. It will conclude tomorrow with a doubleheader. Hope you'll be out here. 1:30 will be the starting time of the game number 1. Looks like we might have good weather tomorrow. Hargrove walked and scored the first run of the opening inning. Jack Morris on the mound. Mark Fidrich, scheduled to pitch, came up with a bad shoulder before the game and had to be substituted for. There's the ball low. Ball 1. I'd like to send anniversary greetings on the 50th wedding anniversary to Mr. and Mrs. Harold Simcox of Chippewa Lake, Michigan. Longtime Tiger fans. Here's the strike called. He took a fastball that nipped the inside corner. Mankowski wide of the bag at third. The outfield is straight up on Hargrove. He's a pretty good long ball hitter for a leadoff man. And he looks at a strike. The Tiger leadoff man, Ron LaFleur, leading his club in home runs. Hank Bauer used to be a leadoff man with a home run power. Here's the 2-1 pitch on the way. He swings and there's a line drive to Whitaker for the out. Second baseman grabs it right above his knee. 1 up and 1 down. Here comes Campaneris. Tiger greetings go out to Jackie Cook of Waterford Township, longtime Tiger fan. Outfield straight up on Cappy, the veteran infielder, and he takes the strike call. Cappy's 36 years old now. Makes his home in Raytown, Missouri, native of Cuba. This is his 14th year in the league. It is a ball low to Campaneris. Broke in with the old Kansas City A's back in 1964. Came up from Birmingham that year. Now Morris delivers, and Burt swings and fouls it away. 1-2, the count on Burt Campaneris. Texas got a run in the first. They loaded the bases on walks to Hargrove and Campaneris. A pop fly lost in the sun by Corcoran. Off the bat of Oliver, loaded the bases, and then Zisk hit a fly ball to center field on which the Tigers got a double play. It was a sacrifice. Hargrove scored. They scored another run in the second. Here's a ball low, tipping curve, 2-2. In the second, Harrell led off the Texas inning with a double, moved to third on a bounce out by Beniquez, and came home on a sacrifice to left off the bat of Pump Wills. 2-0 Rangers. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing, a little tapper foul back at the plate. And a young man from Plymouth reached over and gloved that one. Good pickup. Morris checking his time with May. The 2-2 delivery. Ball low and outside. Oliver waiting in the on-deck circle. We had a report from Toronto. The Blue Jays lead the White Sox 3-1. They've completed 4 in Toronto. Strike call. Campy thought he might have had a walk, but the only walk he's got is back to the dugout. Struck him out. That's the second strikeout by Jack Morris. Here's Oliver, who hit the fly ball that was lost in the sun by Corcoran. It was scored as a single in the first inning to load the bases. Change up, pops foul back at the plate. Here comes May near the screen. He has room. He makes the catch. They go down 1-2-3 in the Texas third at the end of 2.5 innings. Rangers 2, Tigers nothing. Tigers coming to bat. They are trailing 2-0 behind the Rangers. They've had one hit off Doyle Alexander. A single by Whitaker with one out in the first inning. He was the race trying to steal. Everybody else has gone down in order, so the 6 regulation batters have faced Alexander in the first 2 innings. Milt May, the left-handed batting Tigers catcher, will lead it off. He's hitting .438 with 7 for 16, a couple of home runs, and 4 runs batted in for Milt. Milt batted .249 last year and had a total of 12 home runs over the season. Got a little bit of a breeze today. It's a very pleasant day in Detroit. We hope you've got good weather wherever you might be. Wind is blowing just a little gentle breeze out toward the outfield from the plate. Very wide at third is Hara. Here's the pitch to May, and he swings as a line drive hit the right field. He pounced on that first one and shot a liner between Wills and Hargrove, fielded by Washington and Wright. Now the Tigers get their second hit. Here's Phil Mankowski, another left-hand batter. Manco hitting .375. Phil with 1 home run. He has 4 runs batted in. California, Minnesota now in the third. They are scoreless. Here's a ball low. Pittsburgh leads the Cardinals 2-0 in the third. In the 6th inning at Montreal, the Phillies won, the Expos nothing. The Cubs lead the Mets 1-0 at the end of 3. Milwaukee 2, Yankees nothing there in the third. There's a ball in too close on Mankowski, 2-0. And we don't have anything further on the Cleveland-Boston game. 5-0 Indians at the end of 1. Good turnout in the upper bleachers today. They're almost filled. Set and the pitch. He swings at the bounding ball to second, maybe 2. Wills to Campaneris, 1. Relayed at first baseman Hargrove, double play. All the Rangers get 2 for the price of 1. And despite the second Tiger hit, still the regulation number of batters have come up against Alexander. Here's Alan Trammell, the shortstop, hitting .429. That's 6 for 14. Allen's 6 hits have all been singles. He takes a strike. Allen, a right-hand batter, although he's in there when they platoon the left-handers against right-hand pitchers. That means he's usually looking at a right-hander. There's a strike call. When a left-hander pitches, Allen takes a seat in the dugout. And Mark Wagner's the shortstop. Here's the strike 2 pitch. Strike call, struck him out. He got a fastball over and traveled. It was Alexander's second strikeout victim. No runs on the 1 hit. There were no errors and nobody left. At the end of 3 at Tiger Stadium, Texas 2, Detroit 0.
Ex-Dodger Joe Ferguson wasn't about to win any popularity contest in Los Angeles Friday night. After blasting a 3-run homer in the 8th inning to carry the Houston Astros to an 8-6 victory over the Dodgers, Ferguson salted the wound by saying Cincinnati and not Los Angeles is the top team in the National League West. He said the pennant race is not going to be a pushover for any team, but he said Cincinnati's a team to beat. He says they seem to have an edge over the Dodgers and us, meaning the Astros. Houston doused the Los Angeles Rally with a triple play in the 9th inning, bringing Houston to the 500 mark at 7-7. After Bill Russell and Reggie Smith singled to open the Los Angeles 9th, Ron Cey lined to Houston first baseman Bob Watson, who stepped on the base to retire Smith, then threw to shortstop Roger Metzger to complete the 3rd triple play in the major leagues this season. So the Dodgers beaten by the Astros 8-6.
Texas in the lead, 2-0. We get ready now for the 4th inning. Let's tune in on Paul Carey.
All right, Ernie, thank you. We'll get a station break at our first opportunity. Time called right now. Well, let's take time for station identification. This is the Detroit Tiger Baseball Network. This is the American Forces Radio and Television Service.
SCN Radio in the Canal Zone.
Ready to go. Here in the top of the 4th inning, Richie Zisk, the DH, leading it off. He takes a pitch high from Jack Morris for ball 1. Zisk drove in a Texas run in the 1st inning. He's given credit for an RBI despite the fact that a double play occurred on the action. There's a pop-up to the left side of the infield. Trammell is short. Backing out into left field is calling for it. Staggering a little bit, but he makes the catch. 1 out in the Rangers' 4th inning. Rangers picked up 2 hits so far off Jack Morris. A pop single by Al Oliver, lost in the sun by Tim Corcoran in right. A leadoff double by Toby Harrah in the 2nd inning. They've scored their runs on sacrifice flies by Zisk and Wills. Here's Claudell Washington, the fine left-hand hitting outfielder. He swings and fouls this one into the upper deck behind the plate. Claudell bounced out to Mankowski his first time up. Morris ready, delivers. High for a ball. Well, the Indians' bats didn't get rusty. They moved into Boston and today scored 5 times in the 1st inning. There's a fly foul into the upper deck behind 3rd. Adding a run in the 2nd inning at last word, it's 6-0 Cleveland. That's in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Boston, however, beats the Indians despite a free-swinging affair yesterday at 9-7. The Red Sox are hot. They've won 8 in a row. One of those rarities. The Tigers are not in the first place in the games behind column. They're a half game back of Boston. But because the Red Sox have played 3 more games, the Tigers have a better percentage. Percentage-wise, the Tigers remain in first in the American League East. Washington is called out on strikes. He took one in above the knee. Well, Morris racks up his 3rd strikeout. We'll bring up Toby Harrah. With 2 down, nobody on here in the top of the 4th inning. Jack faced the Rangers twice last year. He was only in action 7 times, 6 of them a start. But pitched very well in one start against Texas. There's a strike call. In fact, his first start was made against the Rangers. He delivers. A little pop-up into short left field coming in as LaFleur. Could be trouble. He's still racing. Can't get it. And he overruns it. Picked up by Kemp. Racing for second. Hara late at second is the throw. He's in safe at second. A diving slide by Toby Hara. A little soft pop fly that fell between Kemp, LaFleur, and Trammell. LaFleur had the best angle on it, but he couldn't quite get there, and he couldn't put the brakes on quick enough. Overran the ball as it dropped in the grass. Kemp had to pick it up. By that time, Hara was sliding headfirst into second. It'll be a 2-base hit for Toby, his second double of the ball game. A pretty cheap double, but it puts him at second in scoring position with 2 down. Here's Juan Benitez. He almost turns his back on the pitcher. Drastically closed stance. Set by Jack. Here's the pitch. Low ball 1. Benitez bounced out to Whitaker his first time up. Two 2-0. The Rangers lead in the 4th inning. The pitch to Benitez. Swung on, a bouncer to short. Trammell waits, has the hop. Throws to first. He got him, and that retires the side. For the Rangers in the 4th inning, no runs, a hit, no errors. They leave 1. Tigers come to bat in their half of the 4th. The score still Texas 2, Detroit 0.
St. Louis Cardinal football owner Bill Bidwell plans to file a grievance with the National Football League's Player Club Relations Committee to prevent the Washington Redskins from signing fullback Jim Otis. Ed Garvey, the executive director of the National Football League Players Association, said he has been told that Bidwell will probably file the grievance this weekend. Bidwell apparently will challenge the 5-year contract offered Otis by the Redskins because the salary for each of the last 2 years falls under the NFL minimum of $32,000. Otis played out his option with the Cardinals in 1977, and the Redskins offered a contract for $80,000 in 1978 and 79, $79,000 in 1980, $30,000 for 1981 and 1982. The Redskins structured the contract that way so they would not have to compensate the Cardinals with a 3rd-round draft choice. In order to retain Otis, the Cardinals would have to match that offer.
Jack Morris, the surprise starter for the Tigers here this afternoon when Mark Fidrich experienced tightness in his shoulder upon warming up. Has pitched very well since his shaky start in the 1st inning. Jack, I think perhaps just a little bit tight on the mound out there. Couldn't find the plate and walked the first 2 batters. The Rangers getting a run in as a result following a pop single on the sacrifice fly by Zisk. Hara scored the 2nd run in the 2nd inning. He led off with a double move to 3rd on a bounce out and scored on another sacrifice fly, but Morris has been tough. He gave up a pop double in the 4th inning. He's pitched very well considering all factors through 4 innings. But so is Doyle Alexander, ready to face Ron LaFleur as the Tigers come to bat in their half of the 4th inning. Pitch to Ronnie is outside for ball 1. LaFleur struck out swinging his first time up against Alexander. Here's the pitch from the right-hander. Swung on, a check swing foul into the stands below our booth. LaFleur has hit safely in 7 of his last games. Waits on Alexander, the 1-1 pitch to him. Swung on and missed. He blew it by. Ron has scored 11 runs already this year, having played in all 9 Tiger games. The 1-2 pitch to LaFleur. Up high, 2-2. On deck is Whitaker. Now Alexander, feet close together, rocks back. The 2-2 pitch. Ball 3. Sundberg out of his crouch to flag it down. Now Alexander has the sign with 3-2 pitch. Foul to the screen. Doyle has been tough on the Tigers in his career. For instance, back in 1974, pitching for Baltimore, he was 3-0 against Detroit. In 76, he had 2 shutouts against the Tigers. There's a call, strike 3. LaFleur shot it to first. But he'll walk back to the dugout instead. The third strikeout victim of Alexander. And LaFleur has struck out twice now. There's Lou Whitaker, who singled through the box in the center his first time up. Removed from the bases, however, when he attempted to steal in the first inning. The pitch from Alexander is bunted foul, popped in the air back into the stands near the Tiger dugout. The Tigers idle since Monday when they had that wild 10-9 come from behind victory over the Chicago White Sox. Rained out after 2 innings here on Tuesday against the White Sox. Rained out Wednesday night and Thursday afternoons in Cleveland. And then yesterday, the game between the Rangers and the Tigers called off. It's been a lost week for Detroit. Inside to Lou, he had to skip out of the way of that one. 1-1. Well, the Tigers have been filling open dates with make-up games. For the White Sox, 2 of them with the Indians. Trying to make up yesterday's postponement tomorrow with a doubleheader here. There's a bunt attempt missed by Whitaker. A 1-2 count on Sweet Lou. You might call that trip to Cleveland a complete bust. Not only did they not play either game, but they were bussed home. The pitch from Whitaker, or to Whitaker, a bouncer to second. Wills picks up the skimmer, throws him out. Now they're 2 down in the 4th inning. Tigers had their game called off Thursday in Cleveland before they'd left the hotel. But their transportation by air was canceled when all flights were not permitted out of Cleveland, nothing going in or out of the Cleveland airport. Well, the Tigers boarded the bus that had taken them to the stadium, was going to, and came home instead by way of bus. Low and inside to Rusty Staub for a ball. Rusty waits, swings, lets the fly ball to right center field, not very deep. Benikas and Washington converging. Benikas, the center fielder, makes the catch, and the Tigers go down 1-2-3 in the 4th inning after 4 innings of play. It's the Rangers 2, the Tigers nothing. A reminder, the Rangers and Tigers will try to make up yesterday's postponement with a doubleheader here at the stadium tomorrow afternoon. Doubleheader start time, the same as a single game on Sunday at 1:30. Jim Slayton and Dave Roseman set the pitch for the Tigers against John Matlack and Jim Umbarger. While the Tigers had 4 straight postponements, the Rangers only had 2. They were already set for 2 days off here in Detroit on Wednesday and Thursday. Jack Morris looks around at the outfield, steps up on the mound, ready to work on Bump Wills, the switch-hitting second baseman. Bump drove in a Texas run in the 2nd inning with a fly ball to left field. Here's the windup of the pitch from Morris. Swung on, fly ball to left. It's fairly deep. Kemp comes in now, backs up a couple of steps, still backpedaling, makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out in the 5th inning. That'll bring up Sundberg. This game moving right along here on a bright and sunny Saturday afternoon. So if the weather holds long enough for the Tigers and Rangers to complete the series tomorrow afternoon. Tigers then go on the road. They'll be gone for 2 weeks. The pitch from Morris. Sundberg takes high for ball 1. Jim struck out swinging in the 2nd inning. Morris has fanned 3 and walked 2. First 2 hitters he faced. There's a ball high. One out, nobody on, and they top of the fifth inning, 2-0, the Rangers lead. Morris pitches a little low, ball 3. He's way behind on Sundberg. On deck is Hargrove. Now Jack decides to walk off the mound and work on the baseball. Morris stayed behind when the Tigers came north, you'll recall, was not part of the 25-man roster, actually assigned to Evansville, but he never pitched with Evansville in the American Association League play this spring. There's a strike on Sundberg. In fact, Jack did not pitch any longer than 4 inning stints down in Florida. He kicks high and delivers. Strike called. Sundberg took a half step toward first. It's a full count now on Sonny. Morris was 3-0 on him. Now he's got him full. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Ball 4. He tried to work the outside corner, couldn't find it. Now that's the third walk for Morris, the first since the first inning. And it brings up Hargrove, who's walked in line to Whitaker. Mike responded very well when Billy Hunter inserted him in the leadoff spot for the Rangers last year in July. Hunter wanted his most consistent hitter up as often as possible. He had Hargrove in the number 1 spot. Here's the pitch to him. It's up high for a ball. That was Morris's fastball. Morris has speed. Got that great contrast with good speed and an excellent changeup. Another pupil of John Grodzicki, the Tigers minor league pitching instructor. There's a change, and it just missed outside. Hargrove not tempted. It was ruled a ball. Both May and Morris felt that was in. A 2-0 count on Hargrove. The set by Morris. Here's the pitch. Ball 3 up high with a fast one. That one took off on Morris. Time called May. Let's go out and have a word with Morris. Tigers will see a pair of left-handers tomorrow, Matlack and Umbarger. They expect to see a lot of left-handers again this year. Sundberg at first, the 3-0 pitch. Ball 4. Hargrove draws a walk, back-to-back walks here in the 5th inning. And the Rangers have runners at first and second with 1 down. The batter, Campy Campanera. Morris in trouble of his own making, having walked 2 with 1 out. Gets ready to face Campaneras. Here's the pitch to Campy. Low, it's ball 1. Campy is walked and struck out. Campaneras is a notorious bad ball hitter. A pitch from Jack. Check swing by Campy, takes it for 2-0. And again, Jim Crawford begins to throw. Jim was up in the 1st inning. Time called. Whitaker comes over from his second base position to talk to Morris. Kind of a ploy right here, I believe, just to give Crawford more loosen up time down in the bullpen. Rangers have Sundberg at second, Hargrove at first. A 2-0 count on Campaneras. Morris into the stretch. The pitch to Campy. A little low, ball 3. Now Morris can't find the plate now. Houck in the Tiger dugout, looking down at the bullpen, waiting for a signal down there. Lance Parrish is checking with Crawford to see whether he's ready. Here's the pitch to the plate. All 4 of the bases are loaded on walk. And May goes out to talk to Morris. I think we're going to see Ralph Houck come out pretty quickly. 3 straight walks after the first man was retired here in the fifth inning. 5 walks in the ball game for Morris. Here comes Houck. He was waiting just long enough to allow Crawford to get a couple of more tosses in down there, and I think we're going to get a pitching change here now. Morris stepping off the slab, waiting for the manager to come out to talk to him. Ralph is looking down at the bullpen. He's still going to use up a little of that permissible time right now. So far, plate umpire Dave Phillips hasn't asked him to make up his mind. Now he's walking out, the plate umpire is. And I think as soon as he gets out there, Ralph will make the sign. He's waiting for Crawford to throw a couple more. Now, Phillips is asking Houck on the mound. Is he or isn't he going to stay in? Yep, the change is going to be made. Now, Crawford, given a few extra warm-up tosses, will be coming on to replace Jack Morris here in the fifth inning. Jim puts one last one down in the corner, and Crawford will come in. Oh, the wildness of Jack Morris, who was a surprise starter here this afternoon, when Mark Fidrich, attempting to warm up in the bullpen, experienced tightness in the shoulder that he could not get rid of. With an out, he could not pitch, and Morris took over as the starter, settled down, and pitched quite well until, here in the fifth inning with one out, he walks the bases loaded, and Jim Crawford now takes over. Ernie?
Well, it's a lot of to ask of Jack Morris to pitch here and be in great style on a day like this. To begin with, he is a little bit rusty from inactivity. And secondly, he was thrust into the contest on a last moment's notice. So he had a little shaky first inning with his control. Then he seemed to settle down and pitch fairly well, giving up 2 runs and 3 hits. Then got in deep trouble here in the fifth inning with consecutive walks to Sundberg, Hargrove, and Campaneris after he had retired Bump Wills on a fly ball to left field. Now Crawford, who has done a good job in relief so far this year, comes in, and he is the long man in manager Ralph Houck's bullpen. It'll be up to Jim to try to stop him. He pitched 3 2/3 innings, you remember, in his only appearance up in Toronto, coming in and pitching perfect baseball and doing a great job up there as the Tigers won that ball game. So Oliver will be the first man to face him. Let's go back to Paul.
Okay, Ernie. Morris leaves the bases loaded. He walked 5 and struck out 3 here today. Jack allowing 3 hits. A couple of them the pop fly variety. But the bases are loaded for Crawford. Crawdad ready. The pitch is swung on. A bouncer to first. Thompson will go to first and make one play. They get a run home. He did not have a play at second. Did not have a play at the plate. The ball not hit too sharply. A high hopper off the bat of Al Oliver, who gets an RBI on his bases-loaded bounce out. Runners now at second and third with 2 down. It's 3-0 Texas, and the batter will be Richie Zisk. That run is charged to the outgoing pitcher, Jack Morris. Zisk has a sacrifice fly in the first inning. He popped to short his last time up. The pitch to Risky. Nope, they're going to put him on. It's a pitch out. An intentional pass is going to be issued to Richie Zisk. With Claudell Washington, a left-hand batter, due up next to face the left-hander Crawford. There's ball 2 outside. Ball 3. And here's the 4th wide one. So Zisk trots on down to first. The recipient of an intentional walk. That loads him up once again. And here's Claudell, who has bounced out the third and taken a called third strike. Left-hander against the left-hander. Tigers playing the percentages. Giving the pass to the strong right-hand batting Zisk to face Washington. Fastball is in for a strike on Claudell. Well, as Ernie pointed out, Jim was letter perfect against the Toronto Blue Jays in his one relief appearance this year in 3 2/3 innings. Got credit for the victory in Toronto last Sunday. There's a bouncer in front of the plate blocked by May. Mill did a good job just to block that one off his chest protector. A ball and a strike on Claudel. Against the Jays last Sunday, Crawford struck out one, didn't walk anybody, didn't allow a hit. As the Tigers pulled out a narrow 4-3 win. Here's the pitch to Claudel. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. Hargrove at third, Campaneris at second, Zisk at first. A pitch from Crawdad. He struck him out swinging. So the percentages paid off for Detroit. The strategy of walking Zisk to Lodum. The Rangers pick up a run on no hits, but they had 4 walks, no errors, and 3 were left on base. After 4.5 innings, Texas 3, the Tigers nothing. Tigers down 3-0 against Doyle Alexander. As the Tigers come to bat here in the bottom of the 5th inning, Alexander has faced the absolute minimum of 12 over the first 4 innings. Tigers have had a couple of base runners. Lou Whitaker with a single in the first inning, but he was caught stealing. Mills May led off the third with a single, but wiped out by a double play. There's Jason Thompson to lead it off. Thompson and Steve Kemp, featured on the cover of this week's edition of the Sporting News. And a fine in-depth article by Jim Hawkins on Thompson and Kemp, who've become fast friends. Particularly this past winter when they worked out together, spent almost every day together out in Southern California. Here's the first pitch to Thompson. It's a little high for ball 1. Beautiful day at the stadium after a week of bad weather for the Tigers. Thompson waits. The pitch to him. There's a long fly ball to right center field. That's going to be gone. It'll be upstairs. A home run for Thompson. Home run of the season for Jason Thompson. Little doubt about that one in section 39 in the upper deck in right center field. Another superior home run. Here's Steve Kemp. He takes a half cut and misses. Strike 1 on Steve. Tigers on the board. It's 3-1 now. The pitch. Bunted toward third. A beauty. Hara bobbles it. Throws. He is out. Oh, they're going to be mad about that. That'll cause an argument. Dick Trzaskowski is wild. Kemp is fuming. They called him out at first base. A bad call at first. Larry McCoy, the umpire there. Well, we don't have the advantage that the TV monitor might have of seeing it in replay, but sure looked like Steve had beaten that play at first base. A beautiful bunt that had to be fielded by Hara. Toby made a great play to get it there as quickly as he did. Here's Corcoran. The pitch is low for ball 1. Corky checks his swing. It's low and inside. We'll get a station break at the next opportunity. Corky flied to center. His one time up against Alexander. Tall Alabaman delivers. There's a line shot, base hit off the glove of Hargrove in the right field. Corcoran takes the turn, will hold at first. Those are the kind of line drives that Corcoran was hitting all spring, but hadn't been here in regular season play. Let's pause now for station identification. This is the Detroit Tiger Baseball Network. This is the American Forces Radio and Television Service.
This is SCN Radio on the Canal Zone. It's 26 minutes before 4 o'clock.
Here's Milt May, one of the hot six on the Tigers. Milt lined a single to right his first time up. Youngsters beginning to chant, "We want a hit." Corcoran leading at first, the pitch. Popped in the air down the left field line. Long run for Harrod. May drift foul. It is not caught, but foul ball by about a yard. Hara and Campy both chasing down the left field line. No chance for Oliver. He didn't even bother to come over. Swung decidedly toward center field from his left field position. So May comes back to the plate. Tigers trail it 3-1. They've out hit the Rangers 4-3. May deep in the batter's box, waits on Alexander, but first the throw to first, and back easily is Corcoran. Thompson led off the inning with his third home run of the year, his 7th RBI. May cuts, there's a long drive to right, that's going to be gone too. It is upstairs, a 2-run homer for May. The game is tied at 3-3. Has tied the ball game at 3-3 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. A couple of upstairs blows by Thompson and May have done the job. And that's another superior home run. Mankowski has taken ball 1. There's strike 1 on Phil. Alexander ready, delivers just outside with a fastball. Now the pitch to Manco. Check swing at the foul, rolling behind the plate. Reggie Cleveland, who was purchased by Texas earlier this week, is beginning to loosen in the bullpen. Veteran right-hander. Mankowski waits the 3-1 pitch. Ball. Oops, a called strike. Full count now on Phil. Dave Phillips with a little delayed call at the plate. Alexander comes right back. Swung on and missed. He struck him out. 4th strikeout for Alexander. 2 out with the bases empty here in the 5th inning. And it brings up Alan Trammell, who took a called 3rd strike, his first time up. The pitch from Alexander is in the dirt, skipping by everybody. Thompson led off the inning with a home run. With 1 out, Corcoran single to right. He scored on the 3rd homer of the season by Milt May, who's now driven in 6 runs this year. There's a topper foul at the plate. Came up and bounced off the leg of Trammell. Well, the Tigers have climbed back in this one to tie it at 3-3 in the bottom of the 5th inning. One count on Trammell. The pitch from Alexander. Curve is high. still 6-0 Cleveland, leading Boston after 4 complete innings at Fenway. The pitch to Trammell, fouled up this way underneath the boot. Milwaukee in front of the Yankees 2-0 in the 5th inning at Yankee Stadium. At Toronto, the Jays lead the White Sox 3-2 in the 8th inning. Swung on and missed by Trammell. He tried to check, but they'd gone too far. On the curve, that retires the Tigers in the 5th. But they picked up 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors. Nobody left after 5 innings. Tigers 3, Rangers 3.
Catch all the Tigers baseball action on this radio station throughout the season. Action from Tigers like Fedrich, LaFleur, Thompson, Stanley, May, Hiller, Staub, Kemp, Slate, Simmons. As a real baseball fan, you want to know more than just scores and statistics. You want to know what's going on in the clubhouse, what's taking place in the front office, and what's happening in all the other games.
Ready to go in the 6th inning at Tiger Stadium. The game all tied up at 3-3. Toby Harrah with a couple of doubles in the ball game to lead off against reliever Jim Crawford. The first pitch, ball outside. Toby doubled up the gap in the 2nd inning. And then picked up a pop double in the 4th. Crawford delivers. Low and inside. 2-0 on Toby. Shadow of the roof now moving out toward the mound of the stadium as Crawford delivers. Ball 3. Well, the walks were the downfall of starter Jack Morris here today. Jack walked 5, 3 of them in a row in the 5th inning before giving way to Crawford. There's a called strike on Toby. He'll be followed by Benikas and Wills in the Texas batting order here in the 6th inning. Crawford delivers. There's a fly ball lifted to left field. That could be trouble. Kemp backs up near the wall. He backs up to the fence, and it disappears over the fence. A home run for Toby. A towering fly ball that got up on the wind, blowing out to left field, and dropped in behind the screen, breaks the tie, and puts Texas in front 4-3. The first homer of the year for Toby Harrah. And his 3rd straight extra base hit.
Number one.
That one just got over the screen behind Steve Kemp. Dropped almost vertically down behind that screen. There's Juan Benikas. Check swing foul. I believe he did foul tip that one. One strike has gone up on the board. The Tigers tied it with home runs. Well, the tie was broken by a homer. Crawford ready. The pitch to Benikas. Swung on a line shot to right. A base hit. Fielded by Corcoran. So Benikas is on with a single. His first hit. And that'll bring up Bump Wills. Bump has a sacrifice fly in the 2nd inning for an RBI. He flied to left his last time up. Switch hitter, Bump will move around to the other side against Crawford. As Ernie pointed out earlier, Bump seems to hit with more success left-handed than he does right-handed. The pitch from Crawford. Strike called on Wills. And John Hiller's beginning to throw in the Tiger bullpen. 4-3, the Rangers lead here in the top of the 6th inning. Benikas has good speed, takes a moderate lead at first, and draws a throw from Crawford, but he's back in the bag. Wills in a semi-crouch at the plate. There the runner goes. The pitch is bunted foul up on the screen. Benikas took off of the pitch that time. And the reaction of the crowd is for a little bobble by John, the usher, on the ball coming down the screen. Good crowd here today for this Saturday afternoon game. Most of them expecting to see Mark Fidrich. as we did, and the Rangers. But Mark experienced tightness in the shoulder when he started to loosen up. It wouldn't go away. Outside for a ball to bump. Jack Morris was a last-minute starter for the Tigers today. A look to first. The pitch from Crawford outside. 2-2 count now on bump. Each Cub with 5 hits. Throw by Crawford to first, sending Benikas back to the bag. Nobody out. Benikas goes. The pitch is taken for a ball, and it's dropped by May at the plate. A stolen base for Benikas. Full count now on Wills. Pitch taken low, and May dropped the ball in the dirt as he tried to pull it out of the glove. Benikas got a big jump on Crawford. Full count now on Wills. The pitch to bump. Ball 4. He walked him. Second walk given up by Crawford. The first one unintentionally. And it brings up Jim Sundberg, who has struck out and walked. Runners at first and second, nobody down. A run in here in the 6th inning. Tigers ready to move in on the corners. There's a full swing and a miss by Sundberg. Tigers were looking for a bunt here by the Ranger catcher. Now Thompson and Mankowski have moved back a little bit after seeing the reaction by Sundberg on that first pitch. The hold, the pitch from Crawford. He squares the bunt and takes it low and inside. Tiger coverage sending Mankowski backpedaling to third, and Thompson racing in from first. Now they set by Jim. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled into the upper deck behind first. Crawford having a rough inning here in the 6th. Harris lead-off homer. The single by Benikas. The walk to Wills. 1-2 pitch to Sundberg. He struck him out. He looked at it. Big strikeout for Crawford. The first out of the inning. And it'll bring up the top of the batting order, Mike Hargrove. Hargrove, a left-hand batter against the left-hander Crawford. Mike has walked twice and lined to second. Crawford looks to second. Pitches. Strike. Hargrove looking at it. Hiller continues to work down on the Tiger bullpen. Crawford into the stretch. Here's the pitch. Low and away. It's the ball 1-1 on Hargrove. Well, this is the first Tiger Day of the season here at Tiger Stadium. Women of all ages, boys 14 and under, all senior citizens, admitted to the upper deck for just $1.50 apiece. Well, Crawford ready. The 1-1 pitch. Moved him back. The ball pops out of May's mitt, but no advance. The Rangers have Benikas at second, Wills at first. Both have excellent speed. Crawford taking plenty of time. Hargrove going through all of those motions at the plate. Here's the pitch. Up high, the ball pops away from May, and both runners move up a base. Ball pops out of the May of Milt, or out of the mitt of May, and they have labeled it a wild pitch. Well, old catchers wouldn't label it that. Or old pitchers, let's put it that way. The ball took off on Milt and on Crawford. So runners at second and third now on the wild pitch. 3-1 count on Hargrove. He fouls this one back against the screen. Tigers' left side of the infield is in tight. Thompson, even with the bag at first, they move Whitaker deep. He's the only one in normal depth. With one out, runners at second and third, and the left-hand batter at the plate. Here's the full count pitch to Hargrove. He struck him out swinging. That pitch might have been out of the strike zone. He took a golf cut at it, couldn't find it. Third strikeout for Crawford. And it'll bring up Campaneris. Well, Campy's walked a couple of times and in between struck out. Four to 3. The Rangers lead the Tigers here in the top of the sixth inning. Campy settling himself in the batter's box. Wields one of those dark-hued bats. Here's the pitch to him. A little low, ball one. Crawford still trying to work out of a big jam here in the sixth inning. Goes to the belt, the pitch. Swung on, ripped up the middle, a base hit. It might be worth 2 runs. Here comes Benikas to score. Wills will score. 2 runs in on the single by Campaneris. It's 6 to 3. The Rangers in front. Campy ripped one right past the throwing arm of Jim Crawford in his follow-through into center field, scoring the speedy Benikas and Wills. Oh, a runner at first with 2 down, and the batter Al Oliver. Throw to first. Back in time is Campaneris. Tigers suspicious Campy might be running. He's done a lot of that in his career. The pitch to the plate. A little low, ball one on Oliver. The pitch from Crawford. Swung on, a hit to center field. Campaneris round second will hold there as LaFleur comes up quickly with the ball. Back-to-back liners to center field, and I think we're going to see another pitching change. The Rangers with runners at first and second. They've scored 3 times here in the sixth inning. 2 out. And John Hiller, the veteran Tiger left-handed relief, ace, will come on to take over for Jim Crawford, who, while perfect his first outing at Toronto, ran into a buzzsaw here in the sixth inning. The Texas Rangers. Hiller trots in from the bullpen, and coming on the mic, Ernie Harwell.
And that key hit in that inning for Texas was the 2-out single by Campaneris. The Rangers had scored a run on the leadoff home run by Hara, then a single by Benikas. Steal a second, a walk to Wills. Then they moved up on a wild pitch, setting them in scoring position. Crawford got Sundberg on a strike. Looked like he might pull out of it. Then he got Hargrove on the strike to make it even brighter, but Campaneris spoiled Crawford. Turned there in the sixth inning with a single up the middle, and when Oliver followed with a single, that was all for Crawford. Ralph House comes out and will insert the veteran John Hiller on the mound for the Tigers. It'll be Zisk at the plate, and here to tell us about the action, it'll be Paul Carey.
Okay, Ernie, Zisk is a tough man to face. with men on base. Richie has driven in 8, a total of 9 runs this year. Has already connected for 3 home runs. Hiller ready to work. The pitch swung on a bouncer to deep third. Backhanded by Mankowski. He throws across the diamond to get this and retires the side. Manko had a play at third, decided to throw to first anyway. So that retires the Rangers on 1 pitch from Hiller. But they pick up 3 runs on a total of 4 hits, plus a walk. There were no errors, and 2 runners were left on base after 5.5 innings. It's now Texas 6, Detroit 3.
This is Mario Andretti's weekend to be a championship-type car driver. He's driving in the 200-mile race for the so-called Indianapolis cars in Trenton, New Jersey. In the last few years, though, Andretti has been better known as a Formula One racer to the Grand Prix circuit. The mild-mannered driver from Nazareth, Pennsylvania, gets as close as he ever does to being riled when someone asks him which type of racing he considers his specialty. Andretti says he doesn't categorize himself and he doesn't like it when other people do. He concedes, though, that he's been putting the emphasis on Formula One cars because he is after the World Driving Championship. Andretti, a former winner of the Indianapolis 500, says it's not a matter of one being easier than the other. He feels that road racing and racing on an oval have the same degree of difficulty. He adds that people who say otherwise usually haven't done both. He says, I can tell you one thing, I have done both, and I know.
Well, the Tigers were down by 3 when they batted in the 5th inning. They caught up. They're down by 3 again as they come to bat here in the 6th inning. Top of the batting order, Ron LaFleur to lead it off. Ron has struck out twice against Doyle Alexander. Big right-hander into the motion. Here's the pitch. It's in the dirt, ball 1. Ball works from the first base side of the slab. Alexander shakes off one side and has another one. Here's the pitch. Strike called, a breaking ball in the outside part of the plate to Ron. Alexander's control has been good. There's a ball outside. He's not walked a Tiger. He's only gone to a ball 3 count on 1 or 2 of them. There's a line smash into center field. A base hit right through the box. Just past Alexander, so LaFleur gets his first hit after striking out a couple of times. And that'll bring up Sweet Lou. Now, Lou is going to be Sweet 21 in just a couple of weeks. About 3 weeks, May 12th. Tigers with a 20-year-old Keystone combination in the ball game here today. Whitaker 1 for 2, singled in the first inning. The pitch to him, swung on a bounce to the right side, into right field, a base hit. Charged by Washington. LaFleur takes off for third. Here's the throw to third. He's safe. Whitaker holds at first. Tigers with runners at first and third. And they've got something going against Alexander. Cleveland again throwing in the bullpen. Conference of the mound. Here comes Billy Hunter. Billy taking plenty of time walking out. He may make a change. Rusty Staub is due up. And while he takes that walk to the mound, we'll take time for station identification. This is the Detroit Tiger Baseball Network.
This is the American Forces Radio and Television Service.
Well, the signal was made by manager Billy Hunter of the Texas Rangers that he wanted to change pitchers while we were away for the station break. Reggie Cleveland coming in for the first time in a Texas Ranger uniform, relieving Doyle Alexander here in the bottom of the 6th inning after Alexander had given up back-to-back singles to LaFleur and Whitaker. Reggie Cleveland just fought earlier this week by the Rangers from Boston into the stretch, and Staub wants time called. Rusty backs out. Now he's back in, ready to go. Here's the stretch, the pitch to Staub. There's a long fly ball toward the right field corner. Washington goes back, makes the catch in the deep right field corner. LaFleur trots in to score from third on the sacrifice fly by Staub. Had pretty good wood on it. Didn't loft it quite enough. And Washington went deep into the right field corner near the foul line to haul it in. Whitaker stayed at first. It's 6-4 as Rusty picks up his 10th RBI of the year. The batter now, Jason Thompson, who hits one into the upper deck in right center field in the fifth inning. '29-year-old Reggie Cleveland into the stretch. The right-hander holds, now delivers. Inside, snap throw to first, back in time is Whitaker. It was close. Sundberg has that good arm, and he likes to use it. You don't take chances with Sundberg. Stealing or getting your lead. Cleveland ready, the pitch. Inside again to Jason. 2-0 on Thompson. LaFleur led off this inning with a single, took third on Whitaker's single, and scored on the sacrifice fly by Staub, greeting the new pitcher Cleveland. The pitch to Jason, way outside. A fastball that time, but he would have had to really reach for it. 3-0 on Thompson. Here's the set and the pitch. Ball four. He walked him. Whitaker moves up to second. Thompson at first. That's the first walk issued to a Tiger batter in the ball game. Alexander had struck out five, didn't walk anybody when he left. Reggie had appeared in only one game for the Red Sox before being sold to the Rangers, and was tagged with a loss despite pitching only 1/3 of an inning, giving up one hit. Two on, one down. Steve Kemp at the plate, wigwagging the bat. Here's the pitch. It's on the corner for a strike. Kemp is hitless in 2 trips. He slid to left, bounced out to third. Each time on Alexander, not getting around. The pitch to Steve. Moved him back, 1-1. Now Reggie into the stretch. The 1-1 pitch. Inside with a breaking ball. Cleveland got a start with the Cardinals back in '71. He was the rookie of the year, rookie pitcher of the year in the National League in 1971 with St. Louis. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Strike across the letters. Kept checking. He thought it might have been outside. Now the Toronto game is complete. We've got the totals now. The Blue Jays winning at 4-2 over the White Sox, with Clancy the winner and Wilbur Wood suffering his 3rd loss of the year. The 2-2 pitch to Kemp. Swung on, base hit to left field. Charged by Oliver. Held at third as Whitaker. The bases are loaded. That ball hit like a shot. And Blue had to be held at third base. So the bases are loaded for Tim Corcoran. Conference of the mound. We've got more action in the bullpen. That looks like Fergie Jenkins. Yep. Another ex-Red Sox pitcher and former Ranger pitcher. Back to Texas. Fergie Jenkins loosening in the bullpen. Tigers have 3 singles and a walk here in the 6th inning. They've scored 1 run on the sacrifice fly by Staub. Bases are loaded, 1 away. Corcoran with 1 for 2 at the plate. The windup now by Cleveland. Here's the pitch. Fastball is a little low, ball 1. They're back at short and second, even with the bag at the corners. The full windup, the pitch. There's a strike on Tim. Tigers have a chance to pull back again. They overcame 1-3-0 deficit in the 5th inning. Now trailed by 3 again coming into the bottom of the 6th. They picked up 1. There's a high bouncer foul over the head of first base coach Dick Trzeski. 1-2 count on Corcoran. Whitaker at third, Thompson at second, Kemp at first. Outfield shades to right. Beniquez plays a very shallow center field, usually over a little toward right center. Pitch. Swung on a fly ball to left field. Oliver goes back, makes the catch. Here's the tag by Whitaker. He'll score. Thompson holds at second. A sacrifice fly for Corcoran. Another run in at 6-5. Well, the Tigers have scored 2 on sacrifice flies here in the 6th inning. Rangers got their first 2 runs that route. But they're 2 down now. And the batter will be Milt May. May with a single and a 2-run homer. Milt now with 3 home runs already this spring. Here's the stretch by Cleveland. The pitch to May. Swung on and missed. Ooh, did he take a rip at that? This is only Milt's 6th game, and he has 3 home runs. And in one of those games, he appeared as a pinch hitter. 2 on, 2 out. The pitch to May. Swung on a bouncer to deep first. Hargrove loosens it under his glove into right field. Here comes Thompson. He'll score. Kemp digs for third. He's in safely. It's tied up at 6-6. The ball bounced under the glove of Hargrove. It'll be an error on Hargrove. No RBI for Milt May. That ball just didn't come up. Hargrove swept the glove up too early. A routine bouncer to the first baseman, and he simply didn't come up with it. An error on Hargrove. The Tigers have tied the game. And Phil Mankowski is at the plate. Unearned Tiger run as Thompson came in to score on the error. Manko has hit into a double play and struck out. First time up against Cleveland. The set by Reggie. Here's the pitch. Strike called, a bluff by Sundberg, sending Kemp skittering back to the bag at third. All tied up again at 6-6. The Tigers have twice overcome 3-run deficits. The pitch to Mankowski. Ball outside. Jenkins still at work in the bullpen for Texas. Cleveland ready. He delivers outside and high. 2-1. out, 2 on. The pitch to Manko. There's a line shot foul into the right field bullpen. Mankowski hit a rope, but hit it foul. A 2-2 count on Phil. Kemp is at third. May at first with 2 outs. Here's a high stretch by Cleveland. The 2-2 pitch to Manko. He swings a hard hopper off the chest of Wills. He picks it up, throws it out at first. That retires the side. But the Tigers tie it again, picking up 3 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, and 2 runners left on base. After 6 innings, Tigers 6, Rangers 6.
National Football League clubs are getting ready for the annual college player draft May 2nd and 3rd in New York. There's still a lot of scouting reports to be checked and rechecked and medical reports to be studied. The Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio, though, already has done its paperwork concerning the draft. Its staff went back to...
John Hiller, now the Tiger pitcher of record on the mound, as the Tigers have twice fought back from 3-run deficits. It's now 6-6. As the Rangers prepare to bat against the Tigers left-hander here in the 7th inning. Tigers have put together a pair of 3-run innings in the 5th and 6th innings. Quite a battle here in the sunshine in Detroit. And we've got 2 more scheduled tomorrow. Claudell Washington, the only man who didn't bat in the 6th inning, is about to face Hiller to lead off the 7th. And back for the play-by-play, here's Ernie Harwell.
Thank you, Paul Carey. Hi again, everybody. The wind-up by Hiller, the pitch, and the left-hand batting Washington runs up the bunt and takes the ball outside ball 1. Washington has bounced to third, struck out twice. Twice he's made the third of an inning. 6-6 deadlock in the 7th inning. Here's a fly ball. It'll be foul and out of play toward left field. Slicing into the lower deck past the Tiger bullpen. Morris, a last-minute substitute for Mark Fidrich, was the starter for the Tigers. Crawford relieved him in the 5th inning. Hiller came on in the 5th. And for the Texas Rangers, the visitors here today at Tiger Stadium, Alexander was the starter, and Cleveland relieved him in the 6th inning. Hiller kicks and deals. Here's a bunt attempt. He missed it. 1-2 the count on Washington. Fidrich was supposed to start, but his shoulder tightened up on him as he warmed up. Manager Ralph House decided not to take a chance. He pulled him out of the starting rotation and inserted Jack Morris. Here's the 1-2 pitch. It is a strike call. Washington stood there like the house by the side of the road and watched that one go by. That's the 3rd straight time he has struck out. It's the first strikeout for Hiller. Here's a man who's been tough with a bat for Texas, Toby Harrah. Doubled twice and hit a home run, his first home run of the year. Right-hand batting infielder, Toby Harrah. Not much of a breeze right now. It is a beautiful day in Detroit. Nothing we haven't seen around here for a while. There's a strike call. Hiller got his breaking ball over. 6-6, the game tied 7th inning. It is a ball outside. He changed up on it. 1-1, they count on Harrah. RBIs, 2 for Campaneris, 1 for Oliver, Ziss, Harrah, and Will. Here's a ball low from Hiller. 2-1 on Toby. Harrah with a home run for Texas. The Tigers had 2 home runs in the 5th inning, one by Thompson with the bases empty, one with a man on by May. There's a high pop-up out back of shortstop. Trammell going out. LaFleur behind him. LaFleur makes the catch in short left center. 2 out, nobody out, and here's the center fielder for the Rangers, Juan Benitez. We'd like to send anniversary greetings to Mr. and Mrs. Harry Trier, Trier, who live on Gratiot in Saginaw. They've been married 61 years, longtime Tiger fans. Cut and a miss by Benitez. 1 strike on 1. Tigers have roared back twice with 3 runs in the 5th inning and 3 in the 6th to tie the game. Swing and a miss by the center fielder. Strike 2. Bob Wells is waiting on deck. John Heller, the veteran from Canada, ready to go to work now. Gets his sign from Milton Bay. Kicks and deals. Bounding ball past Hiller. 1 hop to travel to short. Throw to Thompson. Got him, and the side's retired. 1, 2, 3. The Rangers go quietly in the 7th inning. The Tigers come in to bat in the 7th. It's Detroit 6, Rangers 6.
The announcers for this broadcast are selected and employed by WJR Radio and the Detroit Tiger Baseball Club. Well, we got a new pitcher to face the Tigers here in the bottom of the 7th inning. An old friend, Ferguson Jenkins, Ernie.
And Fergie and John Heller, both Canadians in there, matching each other. Fergie back with Texas again. Right-handed to face Alan Trammell. Jenkins this year has been in 3 games. He has no won-or-loss record. He's got an ERA of 7.20. And the right-hander serves. There's a swing and a fly ball that will be fouled back at third. Howard chasing, so is Campaneris, and Campy gets closest, but he can't reach it. It fell safely into the Tiger bullpen. Jenkins with some great years behind him. 34-year-old right-hander. Most of his great years with the Cubs. He had 6 straight 20-victory seasons over there at Wrigley Field. Had a great year with Texas a couple of years ago. Bounding ball is short. Campaneris digs it out. Throw to first, and Hargrove digs it out of the dirt on the low throw by Campy to retire Trammell. 1 up and 1 away at the top of the batting order. LaFleur, who started the 3-run surge that tied the game in the 6th inning. The Tigers were behind at 3-0 at the end of 4.5 innings. They scored to 3 in their 5th inning to tie the game, and then Texas went ahead again with 3. And the Tigers counted with their 3 in the 6th. We're now in the 7th, and it is tied at 6-6. Here's LaFleur with a couple of strikeouts and a single. Jenkins delivers. Swing and a miss by Ron. Jenkins won 25 games for Texas in '74, had 6 shutouts that year. Last year at Boston, he was 10-10. Swing and a foul upstairs. Fergie is a very crafty pitcher. He knows how to get the most out of that well-used arm of his. Cy Young Award winner back in '71. There's a tap foul in the dirt. Sundberg, the catcher, has a flap that extends down from his catching mask. Something I've never seen before. Maybe Paul has, but it's a leather flap that flops around in the wind there to protect his neck.
Yeah, there are a number of them now beginning to be used. On the
Very sensitive spot, the old Adam's apple has to be protected. There's a high pop-up on the curveball. It's a little fly to Wills in short right, and the second baseman Wills puts it away.
I've seen it on the college level and in the minor league level. They're using those now. Some of the younger catchers coming into it, you see, are using it right off the bat. Others who simply can't get used to it don't want to use it.
Sounds like a good idea, but like you said, imagine some of the veteran catchers are not accustomed to it, and they don't want to be bothered. Here's Lou Whitaker. He had a single in the 6th inning, had a single in the 1st, and then between he bounced to second base. Game tied 6-6 in the 7th. Only Gaylord Perry and Jim Cott have won more than Fergie among active pitchers. Bounding ball to second. Wills has this one, flips it over to first. It's an easy inning for Fergie Jenkins, the new pitcher. It's a tie battle in Tiger Stadium, Detroit. The Texas Rangers and the home team, the Tigers. 8th inning on tap, 6 runs, 8 hits for Detroit, 6 runs, 7 hits for the Rangers. 1 error in the game committed by the Ranger first baseman Hargrove. That allowed the tying run to come home for the Tigers, climaxing their 3-run rally in the 6th inning. Here's Bob Wells, the switch batter. Will be working against Hiller now, so he'll move around and bat right-handed. Wills had a sacrifice fly to left in the 2nd. He flied to left field again in the 5th inning, and he drew a walk and scored a run in the 6th. Morris, Crawford, and Hiller pitch for the Tigers. Here's a swing and a foul up to the screen. Strike 1. The Yankees have tied Milwaukee. They picked up 2 in the 6th inning, and that game is in the 7th at New York. The Yanks 2, Milwaukee 2. Wills backs away, and inside breaking ball from Hiller makes the count 1-1. California leads Minnesota in the 8th 4-2. Toronto beats Chicago today 4-2. In 2 close, fastball 2-1 the count. Cleveland leading Boston 6-1 and going into the 7th inning, but Thornton hit a home run in the 7th. That'll give the Indians another run, his 4th home run of the year for Thornton. Make it at least 7-1. Now Hiller checks his sign with May and works again. Will swings and beats the ground ball foul down past third. 2-2 the count on bump. Pittsburgh leading the Cardinals 7th inning 3-1. Montreal over the Phillies in the 9th inning now 7-1. Here's the pitch. Will swings and taps the foul back at the plate. The Mets have gone ahead of Chicago at Wrigley Field. They're in the 9th inning over there. The Mets are batting in the 9th and leading the Cubs 3-2. Hiller checks his sign again. 2-2 pitch. And Will swings a little pop fly back at second. Whitaker gloves it as he backs up on it. Will popping to his counterpart, Lou Whitaker, at second. And here's the 9th man in Billy Hunter's batting order, Jim Sundberg. He struck out twice, in between had a walk and scored a run. Harrah's been the big man for Texas, a couple of doubles and a home run for him. Oliver's got a couple of hits. Here's the pitch now, and it is a ball high on Sundberg. Hiller, the left-hander, kicks and deals. Here's a strike in above the knees, and just above the knees on that one. 1-1 the count on him. Doubleheader tomorrow. We hope you'll be out here with us to see this young, interesting Tiger team. There's a line shot to right, a base hit. Hargrove got that ball in on the hands, but he managed to get enough wood on it to rip it into right field for a single. That's the first runner since Hiller took over. It's the 8th hit for Texas. Here's the top of the batting order now for Texas. Hargrove, who has walked, lined to second, walked again, and struck out. Man on first, 1 man down. Game tied 6-6 in the 8th inning. We'll keep an eye on Sundberg at first. He doesn't go on the pitch as a fly hit the right field. Corcoran is there, makes the catch, and the back to first goes Sundberg. That'll make it 2 down, and here's the man who singled in 2 runs his last time at bat, Bert Campaneris. He's walked twice, struck out, and singled. Bert, right-handed batting infielder. The third baseman now, Mankowski, moves over to guard the line, and behind the bag at third. Sundberg edging off at first. Here's the pitch, bunted by Campy, and it's going foul. Let's pause briefly for station identification. This is the Detroit Tiger Baseball Network.
The New York Giants signed defensive tackle John Mildenhall to a series of 4 one-year contracts.
This is the American Forces Radio and Television
Hit a home run for Cleveland in the 8th with nobody on. We know that Cleveland got a run in their 7th inning to go up 7-1 over Boston, but we do not have the last half of the 7th for the Red Sox. But Horton has hit a home run in the 8th for Cleveland. Here's the set now. They pitch to Campy. Is a ball. He let one go by, and it barely missed that outside corner. 1-1 on Campaneris. Game tied, 6-6, 8th inning. Man on first, 2 down. He bunts. It's in the air. Fouled. Here comes Mankowski. Here comes Hiller. He can't reach it. May couldn't get there either. It fell among the 3 of them in the foul territory. Umpire Phillips was over there, and he couldn't reach it either. Not on the fly, anyway. If he did, we'd have quite a story.
Yes, we would.
Phillips, McCoy, Palermo, and Denkinger, the umpires here this afternoon. First time we've seen this group.
Fairly young group of umpires, too.
Absolutely. Umpires are younger now than they used to be. They've got the enforced retirement at 55. to be 10 or 15 years ago. You'd see the umpires stay around until much later than that.
Almost like Supreme Court justices.
Absolute. Here's the set. Here's the pitch. It is a swing and a miss. He was fooled. He swung late, and it was in the mid of May. A strikeout for Hiller as Cappy goes down swinging. That's Hiller's second strikeout. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left. Here come the Tigers about in the 8th inning. The Rangers 6, Detroit 6. Alexander, Cleveland, and Jenkins have been on the mound for the Rangers, and it'll be Rusty Staub to lead off for Detroit against the third pitcher, Fergie Jenkins, in the 8th inning. Fergie came on in the 7th and set the Detroiters down 1-2-3 in that inning. May has a single and a 2-run homer to face the Tigers. Whitaker has a couple of singles. And other hits are 1 apiece for LaFleur. Thompson, that was a home run for Jason. Kemp and Corcoran. Staub has an RBI on a sacrifice fly, but does not have a hit. He's 0 for 2 officially as he stepped in. So it's the 3rd, 4th, and 5th hitters for the Tigers here against Fergie Jenkins in the 6-6 tie 8th inning. Fergie winds and pitches and Staub. It's a high fly, short right center. Coming in Benikas. He's under it. He's waiting. He's got it for the out. 1 away. First ball hitting. Staub flies to center. Here's Thompson, who popped the second, hit his 3rd home run of the year, leading off the 5th inning, and then drew a base on balls in the 6th. Rooftop Thompson at the plate. Bright sunny day in Detroit. This is the first game for either of these teams since Monday. Alf was talking to Billy Hunter before the ball game. He said, did somebody tell you how to put the uniform on today? The right-handed Jenkins ready, winds and pitches. There's a bounding ball to short. It'll be through for a hit. Campaneris was pulled over to the second base area, and the ball went past him on his right into left field. Thompson gets his second hit. That'll bring the bat Kemp. And Comer is Steve Comer, right-handed, throwing in the bullpen, along with Doc Medich, another right-hander. Now they are talking to Hargrove over there first base, how they want him to play, and now he's got to tell Fergie Jenkins whether he'll keep the man on or not with the left-hand batter up. I don't think he will. He'll play behind him. Kemp at the plate. He has 1 for 3. Fly to left, bounce to third, and single. Thompson at first base. 1 man down. The pitch is a ball outside on Steve Kemp. Thompson represents the lead run of the game. 6 runs, 9 hits for Detroit. 6 runs and 8 hits for the Rangers. Kemp leaning and waiting. Fergie pitches. It is a curve over but low. 2-0 on the Tiger outfielder. He'll be followed by Tim Corcoran. Set by Jenkins. The pitch. Kemp takes it. A strike call. The fastball belt high. 2-1 on Steve. Here's the stretch by Jenkins, the right-hander third. Ball high, 3-1, the count on Kemp. Well, the sun coming over the third base grandstand now, slants down toward the right fielder. Makes it a little bit treacherous out there in that area. Here's the set by Jenkins, the pitch to Kemp. He walked him, ball 4. That'll put 2 men on. Then bring up Tim Corcoran. 1 man out. And Tim has tried to set a single and hit a sacrifice fly to drive in a run. That's the first walk issued by Jenkins. Now the Tigers are trying to go ahead here to break this 6-6 tie in the 8th inning. Outfield on Corky will be just about straight away. Now Hargrove will play deep at first base against the left-hand batter. Man on second is Thompson. Man on first is Kemp. Both pretty good runners. Corcoran at the plate waiting, and the pitch is a strike call. He took a fastball and hit her high. A little bit of a breeze picking up. It seems to be blowing out toward left slightly. Here's the pitch. He takes a change-up outside. 1-1. Final for Montreal. Montreal 7, Philadelphia 3. Twitchell the winner. Carlton the loser. save for Boston. Luzinski hit a home run. That's the first game of a doubleheader. It was the fourth home run of the year for Luzinski. Here's the pitch. He swings a long foul fly, lifted in the upper deck in right field. He pulled it too much, and it was fouled by a good 20 yards. 1-2, the count on Corcoran. Rangers 6, the Tigers 6. It's the 8th inning at Tiger Stadium. Man on first, Kemp. The man on second is Thompson. Oh, Cochran digs back in now. Corky waiting on the 1-2 delivery from Fergie Jenkins. Here's the set, and here's the pitch. Swung on a bounding ball, foul outside of first. Hit rather sharply, but pulled a little bit too much. California leads Minnesota, 9th inning, 5-2. The latest we had from Boston, 7-1. The Indians led Boston in the 7th. Milwaukee, the Yankees tied 2-2 in the 8th. And Toronto beat the White Sox today in Toronto 4-2. Blue Jays had a triple play in that game. Other American League games are set for tonight. Now the stretch and the pitch. Cochran takes, strike, called. He knew it. He stepped away, took a breaking ball in the outside corner. And Jenkins eases things for himself and the Rangers a little bit. He gets the second out. But he has to face Milt May now. May has singled, hit a home run with a man on, and was safe on a crucial error committed by Hargrove to allow the tying run to score in the 6th inning. Milt May against Fergie Jenkins, a couple of ex-National Leaguers. Outfield bent around to right on Milt. The infield a little bit in that direction. They're playing back now. And May takes a breaking ball over from Fergie's strike one. Tigers with a threat going. They've got 2 on and 2 out in the tie game, 6-6 in the 8th inning. Jenkins ready, delivers. May swings and misses. That ball was outside a little bit, and he couldn't find it. Strike 2, the count on Milt. He'll be followed by another left-hand batter, Mankowski. Thompson on second, Kemp at first base. Fergie Jenkins ahead of the hitter, 2 strikes on Milt May. May steps out for just a moment and then right back into the batter's box, waiting on the right-hander. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul fly, hits back a third. Hara may have room on this one. He's chasing it. He's over there, and he gloves it for the out. So the Tigers have a threat, but cannot push a man home. And in the 8th inning, they get no runs on 1 hit, a walk, no errors. They leave 2. We go to the 9th. It is Rangers 6, the Tigers 6. Hang on now. The Rangers bat in the 9th inning. John Hiller on the mound for the Tigers. It is a deadlock at 6-6. Al Oliver, the left-handed batting outfielder, will lead it off. It'll be the 3rd, 4th, and 5th hitters to try to get it started for Texas against the Tigers' 3rd pitcher, John Hiller. We've got a later report now from Boston. The Indians are leading the Red Sox 13-1 with Boston batting in the 8th inning. The Indians got 6 runs in the 8th. They had 5 in the 1st. Here's the pitch on the way. It is a strike called. In that 8th inning, we told you Willie Horton had a home run, his first of the year with nobody on. Johnny Grubb hit one with 2 men on, his second. And earlier, Thornton hit homered for Cleveland. Here's a swing and a miss by Al Oliver. Strike 2, the count on Oliver. He's had 2 singles. He's also fouled the catcher and bounced to the first baseman. Hiller, ready to go to work. Lines and pitches. It is a ball low. The lights have been turned on now, the banks of light around the infield and home plate areas. The outfield lights have not been lit yet. There's a ball high, and the count is 2-2 on Oliver. 6 runs, 8 hits, 1 error for the Rangers. The Tigers 6 runs, 9 hits, and no errors. Wilcox and the Tiger bullpen. There's a swing and a foul that will be out of play. Off the facing of the 3rd deck, it bounds down to the ground crew. Doubleheader here tomorrow. We hope you'll be out here at 1:30. It'll be autograph day also. Jim Slayton, Dave Rosemer will pitch against John Matlack and Jim Umbarger. Well, the Tigers will use right-handers, and Texas will use left-handers. Hiller taking his time. Now checks out his time with May. 2-2 pitch, and Oliver takes the ball high. Full count on him. Hiller wants a new baseball. After Oliver, it'll be Zisk. After Zisk, Washington. Struck him out. Got him on the inside delivery. Tight at the hands. Oliver goes down swinging. That'll be the third strikeout for Hiller. Mr. Don Lund and Mrs. Lund from the University of Michigan out to watch the proceedings today. Here's Richie Zisk. Right-hand batter takes the ball low from Hiller. Zisk got a fly ball for sacrifice on the first. The Tigers turned it into a double play. He picked up an RBI on that. He popped to short in the fourth, walked in the fifth, grounded to third base in the sixth inning. Ball tossed out of play by umpire Dave Phillips. Hiller ready to go to action again. Pitches and Zisk swings and misses on the Hiller changeup. That's the first time John's used that pitch since he took over. Morris started, Crawford in the fifth inning, and Hiller in the fifth. Here's a strike on the outside corner. Mark Frederick was the scheduled starter today, but as he warmed up, his shoulder tightened on him. Morris was the last-minute substitute. 1-2, the count on Zisk. Here it is, a high outside pitch. 2-2, the count on Richie. Tiger infielders are very deep now. The outfield's way back and around the left. Ninth inning, the battle is tied 6-6. One out and nobody out for Texas. Zisk swings and fouls it away to the screen. Latest we have on Milwaukee Yankees. They were 2-2 at the end of 8. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball. Pops back at first. Thompson back there and makes the catch. Had a little trouble with the sun. Jason pulled that one in. 2 down, and Claudel Washington is scheduled to bat, but Kurt Bavacqua has come to the on-deck circle, and Bavacqua will be batting for Washington. Billy Hunter getting the right-hand hitting Bavacqua to the plate. He's had 2 hits and 10 trips, one of them a home run and one of them a double. The much traveled Mr. Bavacqua. That's Bevacqua. Kurt Bavacqua. May had to go out and talk with Hiller for a moment. Check on how they're going to work against Kurt. Young man from Miami, Florida, standing deep waiting, and Hiller delivers. It is a ball high breaking pitch. Outfield to left and deep. He swings as a fly to left. Should be caught. Kemp is coming in. He's there. He has it, and the side retired 1, 2, 3 of the ninth. We go to the last half of the ninth inning. Tigers 6, the Rangers 6. Tigers coming to bat in the ninth inning. The game is deadlocked. 6-6, and a new right fielder now for Texas, Bobby Thompson, coming in to replace Washington, who left for the pinch hitter Bavacqua. This is Bobby Thompson's first year in the major league. Been in one game so far for Texas. Here's Mankowski to lead it off for the Tigers. Wilcox has been warming in the Tiger bullpen. Now he's going to take a seat. It'll be Mankowski and Trammell, the 8th and 9th hitters, and then the top of the batting order, Ron LaFleur. Fergie Jenkins, who has pitched well in 2 innings of relief, goes to work now in the 9th inning. And Mankowski takes the ball outside, ball 1. 6 runs, 8 hits, 1 error for the Rangers. 6 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Tigers. Tigers tied it with 3 in the 6th. There's been no score since then. Swing, fly ball, lifted to right field. Should be caught. Thompson fighting the sunshine. He's there, and he makes the catch for the out. Mankowski flies to right. That'll bring up Alan Trammell. He struck out twice and bounced to short. 0 for 3 for Allen. That Milwaukee Yankee game is in the ninth inning now. The Brewers are batting in the ninth. They're tied with the Yanks 2-2. California leading the Twins 5-2. They're in the ninth inning in Minnesota. Paul Terry will have all the scores on the scoreboard show when the game's over. Be sure to stay tuned. Here's the big right-hander jerk Jenkins pitching now, and Trammell swings and pops it foul off the first. Hargrove coming over near the seats. He'll have room. He makes the catch and almost falls down. Well, the Tigers have 2 out and the base is empty. Ron LaFleur will be the batter. Ron's had a single in 4 turns. He struck out the first 2 times. He started the 3-run rally in the 6th inning with a single. That was the rally that tied the game. Then he popped to second base in the 7th. First time he's faced Jenkins. The second time he's faced Jenkins. Swing and a miss. Jenkins came on in the 7th inning and allowed a hit and a walk so far, and that's all. 1 strike on Ron LaFleur. 2 out, none on. He takes the ball low. 1-1 on Ron. Alexander started for Texas. Reggie Cleveland relieved in the 6th inning. Jenkins in the 7th. Here's the pitch by Jenkins. Swinging a bounding ball right back to Fergie. He gloves it. Here's the flip over to first, the side out. We go to extra innings as the Tigers go down 1-2-3 in the ninth. That's the end of 9. Detroit 6, Texas 6.
Some thrilling Tiger baseball action is waiting for you this season on this radio station. Enjoy all the action with Ernie Harwell and...
We go to extra innings now. It'll be the first extra inning game of the year for the Tigers. The Rangers have been in 1 extra inning game, which they lost. And Hiller on the mound in the 10th. Tigers 6 runs, 9 hits. The Rangers 6 runs and 8 hits. Let's tune in on Paul Carey.
All right, Ernie. It'll be Toby Harrell leading it off for Texas here in the 10th against John Hiller. Toby's 3 for 4 on the afternoon. He hit a solid double up the gap in the 2nd inning, a pop double in the 4th, a homer in the 6th. He takes a half swing and checks the field down the first base umpire and says, no, he checked in time. That was that slow curve of John Hiller. And Harrell almost went too far with it. The pitch swung on and fouled to the screen. 1-1. First overtime game of the spring of the new season for the Tigers. It's 3 in a row in exhibition play this spring. There's a pop-up foul that will be out of play. Over in the upper deck behind first. Hiller entered the game in the 6th inning. John's gone a long time in relief. Got the final out of the 6th inning. And has worked 3 solid innings. He delivers. There's a line foul into the lower deck in left field. John has given up just 1 hit. He struck out 3 and hasn't walked anybody. The 1-2 pitch to Hera. He bounces a foul at the plate. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes. Juan Beniquez on deck. Bump Wills to follow here in the 10th inning for Texas. Hiller getting his sign from Milt May. Shakes off the sign. Now has one. The 1-2 pitch up high. The 2-2 pitch to Hera. Ball 3, low and inside. Working a little finely. Trammell is deep but short on the edge of the outfield grass. Mankowski guarding the line. A pop-up over the plate. May throws away the mask in foul territory. He waits and has it 1 away. That'll bring up Juan Beniquez. He's 1 for 4. He has scored a run, worked his way around in the 6th inning. On a single, a stolen base, a wild pitch, scoring on a 2-run single by Bert Campaneris. Tigers have twice overcome 3-run deficits. Ground ball to short. Trammell waits, has it. Guns it to first, and Thompson has to make the tag on the sliding Benitez for the putout. Throw by Trammell, pulling Thompson down the line. Good play by Jason, and Benitez tried to slide in underneath the tag, and he may have injured himself in the slide. Being helped out there now around the bag. Willie Hunter, the manager, has trotted out. Trainer Bill Ziegler hunched over Juan Benitez. Down on the bullpen, big Len Barker, the fire-throwing right-hander, is at work for Texas. They're still working on Benitez. He's in foul territory just beyond the first base sack. Now getting up. They have jammed his leg on the bag, flexing his left knee right now. In the meantime, Hiller keeps loose out on the mound. Now, Benitez seems to be okay. Hobbling a little bit, but walking into the Texas dugout. Bump Wills at the plate. Here's the windup and the pitch. Swung on a drive toward left center. Kemp to his left. Racing. He makes the catch. And that retires the Rangers in the 10th inning. They go down 1-2-3. The Tigers come to bat in their half. It's Tigers 6, Rangers 6. Now, before the Tigers bat here in the 10th inning, let's pause for station identification. This is the Detroit Tiger Baseball Network.
This is the American Forces Radio and Television Service.
The sound you hear is not a boo sound. It's Lou for Sweet Lou Whitaker, leading off the Tiger 10th inning. The game all tied up, 6-6. Whitaker with 2 for 4, a pair of singles. The other 2 times he bounced out the second. The pitch to Lou, fouled back into the upper deck behind the plate. On the mound is Fergie Jenkins. Ferguson has pitched well. He took over to start the 7th inning. He's allowed just 1 hit and a walk since coming on. There's the pitch. Ball outside to Sweet Lou. Tigers have 9 hits. The Rangers have 8. It's been scoreless since a wild 6th inning. Saw the Rangers scored 3 and the Tigers 3. The windup, the 1-1 pitch. Called strike on Whitaker. 6'5", Fergie Jenkins lines and delivers. There's a smash past the box. Deep second, off the glove of Campaneris. Safe at first is Whitaker. Campaneris streaking to his left, couldn't come up with it. Bounced off the heel of the glove. It'll be a base hit for Whitaker. An infield single for Sweet Lou, and here's Rusty Staub. Staub drove in a Tiger run in the 6th inning with a sacrifice fly, but Rusty's 0 for 3 today. Jenkins to the set. Here's the pitch. It's outside. It's Staub squared. Rusty up there to sacrifice, apparently, at least on that first delivery. Hara charging in from third. I don't know that we passed along the paid attendance earlier. 22,054 on hand today. Whitaker at first, the pitch to Staub. Ball 2. Again, he shortened up. Jenkins turns his back on the plate, looks at the outfield, turns around. Berkey now 34 years old. Looks at first. The pitch to Staub. He bunts it. Foul at the plate. Rusty with a little jump to reach that high fast one. And then fouled it off. Staub with great bat control. And Hara is really cheating at third. He is in on the edge of the grass on the, and now he's moving in even closer on Staub. A 2-1 count on Rusty. Here's the pitch. Staub squares. He bunts down the first base line. Foul. So it's a 2-2 count on Rusty. We'll see. He might even still have the bunt sign on. Lou Whitaker at first with a leadoff infield hit. Represents the game-winning run. Staub steps back in. A 2-2 count on him now. Whitaker with a lead at first. Jenkins has a good move to first. The pitch to the plate. There's a hard one-hopper into center field. A base hit for Staub. Whitaker takes the turn. He'll go to third. Men at first and third. Nobody out. Well, the Tigers have it going here in the bottom of the 10th inning. And Billy Hunter coming out of the dugout. Steve Dillard has come out of the Tiger dugout. Dillard will go in to run for Staub. And Len Barker, a rookie right-hander, is loosening of the bullpen. I've not seen the sign yet. Staub gets a round of applause as he heads to the dugout for his clutch single here in the 10th inning. Dillard in to run for Rusty. Jason Thompson, the next Tiger batter. Well, Billy Hunter's going to stick with Jenkins. He's not going to the bullpen, but he's calling the outfield to come in and the infield to come in. So if you got a little claustrophobia at the plate, I hope Jason doesn't suffer from it. They're closing in on you, Jason. Tigers with a great chance to win it right here in the bottom of the 10th inning. And I think they're going to put Thompson on. Sundberg with a glove wide of the plate. Yep, that's the ploy. There's the first wide one. Steve Kemp is the next batter. The next wide one to Jason. Well, Billy Hunter wants to fill the open void on the bases. Set up a force everywhere. Here's the pitch outside, ball 3. An intentional walk being issued to Jason Thompson. There's ball 4. Thompson draws the pass. The bases are loaded with Kemp coming in. Now Kemp drew a walk off Jenkins in the 8th inning. The only time he's faced Ferguson. And that's the only legitimate walk Jenkins has given up. Infield in, the outfield in. Anything hit deep wouldn't make any difference anyway. Tigers would get that run in. That runner is Lou Whitaker at third. At second is Dillard. At first, Thompson. Kemp at the plate. 1 for 3 officially for Steve. The pitch to him. Ball outside. Six tie, bottom of the 10th inning. Nobody out with the bases loaded. The pitch to Kemp. He swings and fouls this one off the facing of the third deck, up into the third deck, behind third. Kemp singled in the 6th inning. Whitaker led off with the infield single. Staub singled him to third. Thompson intentionally passed. Bases loaded, a 1-1 count on Kemp. The pitch to him, up high, ball 2. Working outside to Steve. Rangers inside to try to cut down that run at the plate. Here's the set by Jenkins, the pitch. Kemp fouls this one back behind the plate. Up off the screen. Nope, it's going to go into the upper deck, I guess. So it's a 2-2 count on Kemp. What Jenkins would like right here is the strikeout. Barker still at work in the bullpen. On deck is Corcoran. Tigers with the bases loaded, nobody out. A 2-2 count on Kemp. Bottom of the 10th inning. The game tied at 6-6. Jenkins getting the sign from Sundberg. Now goes to the set. Here's the pitch to Kemp. Swung on, ripped off the leg of Ferguson. The throw to the plate. They get the out at the plate. Everybody else is safe. Oh, a lucky deflection. That time for Texas. That was ripped off the leg of Ferguson. Jenkins right to bump Wills. Wills goes to the plate for a tight force on Whitaker. The bases remain loaded, but now one out. And the Rangers can move their infield back. We'll see what they're going to do. Probably will stay fairly tight, but try to cheat a little bit so that they could go for the double play. That looked like it was going to be a game winner, but it deflected right to bump Wills for the put out. 1-4-2 on Whitaker at the plate. Tim Corcoran batting. Now with the bases loaded. Situation eased a little bit for Texas. The outfield still is in tight. The pitch up high for ball one on Tim. Tim took a called third strike his last time up. He's 1 for 3, a single in the 5th inning. Drove in a run with a sacrifice fly in the 6th. Like to get a fly ball here, deep enough to bring in another run. That man is Dillard at third. Here's the pitch. Swung on a drive, off the glove of Hargrove into right field. The Tigers win the ball game. Dillard comes in to score on the base hit by Tim Corcoran off the glove of Hargrove. A line shot that Hargrove went up in the air for, couldn't come down. It dribbled behind him into right field, and Dillard, the pinch runner, came in to score the game-winning run, and the Tigers win it 7-6. The totals for Detroit: 7 runs, 12 hits, and no errors. For Texas, 6 runs, 8 hits, and 1 error. The winning pitcher, Hiller, and the loser, Ferguson Jenkins. The Rangers left 8 on base. The Tigers left 7 on base. Recapitulating. Tigers twice had to overcome 3-run deficits in this ball game. The Rangers building up a 3-0 lead. Out of the first 5 innings, they picked up a run in the first. Jack Morris, a little shaky, getting a surprise start, replacing Mark Fidrich, who had tightness in the shoulder. Walked the first 2 men, gave up a pop single and a sacrifice fly. In the second, a double and a sacrifice fly brought in another Texas run. In the 5th inning, they added still another run on 3 straight walks, and a bounce out by Al Oliver. Jim Crawford took over at that point. And the Tigers got even in the bottom of the 5th inning on a homer by Jason Thompson and a 2-run homer by Milt May. But the Rangers moved ahead by 3 again, scoring 3 times off Crawford in the 6th inning. Toby Harrop led off the inning with a home run. Bert Campaneris eventually hit a 2-run single, and it was 6-3 Texas. But the Tigers came right back to tie it in their half of the 6th inning. Ron LaFleur led off the inning with a single. Lou Whitaker followed with a single. Staub brought in 1 run with a sacrifice fly. Jason Thompson walked. Steve Kemp singled to load the bases. Tim Corcoran sacrifice fly brought in a 2nd run. Then a ground ball under the glove of Mike Hargrove for an error allowed the Tigers to tie the game in the 6th inning. And in the bottom of the 10th inning, it was a bases-loaded line drive off the glove of Hargrove as he leaped in the air. The line drive base hit by Tim Corcoran, breaking up the ball game and giving the Tigers a 10-inning, 7-6 victory over the Texas Rangers.
Now, this is Ken Allen speaking for engineer George Sollers. This has been a presentation of AFRTS Sports. This is the American Forces Radio and Television Service.
This is John Miley speaking. We hope that you have enjoyed this game. If you want to know more about other items that exist in the Miley collection, call 1-812-479-9143. We will look forward to talking with you and hope that you are pleased with our presentations.
Thank you for listening to this game on Classic Baseball on the radio. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Feel free to browse our library of over 1,000 classic games and be sure to spread the word. Long live baseball. Thank you for listening to this game on Classic Baseball on the radio. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Feel free to browse our library of over 1,000 classic games and be sure to spread the word. Long live baseball. Thank you for listening to this game on Classic Baseball on the radio. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Feel free to browse our library of over 1,000 classic games and be sure to spread the word. Long live baseball. Thank you for listening to this game on Classic Baseball on the radio. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Feel free to browse our library of over 1,000 classic games and be sure to spread the word. Long live baseball. Thank you for listening to this game on Classic Baseball on the radio. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Feel free to browse our library of over 1,000 classic games and be sure to spread the word. Long live baseball. Thank you for listening to this game on Classic Baseball on the radio. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Feel free to browse our library of over 1,000 classic games and be sure to spread the word. Long live baseball. Thank you for listening to this game on Classic Baseball on the radio. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Feel free to browse our library of over 1,000 classic games and be sure to spread the word. Long live baseball. Thank you for listening to this game on Classic Baseball on the radio. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Feel free to browse our library of over 1,000 classic games and be sure to spread the word. Long live baseball. Thank you for listening to this game on Classic Baseball on the radio. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Feel free to browse our library of over 1,000 classic games and be sure to spread the word. Long live baseball. Thank you for listening to this game on Classic Baseball on the radio. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Feel free to browse our library of over 1,000 classic games and be sure to spread the word. Long live baseball. Thank you for listening to this game on Classic Baseball on the radio. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Feel free to browse our library of over 1,000